Damn! All the quarterback controversy last year, Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel. How are you going to start a third-round rookie over a fifth-round rookie? All of the hoopla. Well, we might get a remix come next season as Deshaun Watson is set to return to the Cleveland Browns, set to compete with SHEDEUR Sanders and Dylan Gabriel for the starting quarterback position. And you know as well as I know, Deshaun Watson starts for the Cleveland Browns. There's going to be a lot of SHEDEUR Sanders fans holding pitchforks, ready to burn the city down. Let's get right into it. Please like the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. GM Andrew Berry reminded the media that it's only February and that Deshaun Watson, along with the rest of the quarterback room, will have the opportunity to compete for the starting job. Yes, he's saying that now, but you know how much money you guys are paying Deshaun Watson? You're going to let that contract sit and rot away as QB2 on the depth chart? Highly unlikely, but let's hear what Andrew Berry had to say.
You know what? Right now it's what, February 24th? Thank you. I appreciate it, Scott. So, we don't have to make that decision anytime soon. I think any player that we have in that room, we would expect to compete to earn a role. Those two would be no different.
Talking about SHEDEUR Sanders and Deshaun Watson, Browns general manager starting quarterback up for grabs includes Sanders and Watson. The article goes on. Cleveland Browns general manager Andrew Berry did not give a timetable for a decision at starting quarterback, but indicated that SHEDEUR Sanders and Deshaun Watson will be among those competing to be the starter in 2026. Quote, "We don't have to make that decision anytime soon," Berry said Tuesday at the NFL Combine. "I think any player that we have in the room, we would expect to compete to earn a role. Those two would be no different." New Browns coach Todd Monken previously did not commit to Sanders, who started the final 7 games of the 2025 season as the team starter when speaking at his introductory news conference. Berry also previously said the Browns are expected to search for a quarterback addition this season. They're going to bring in a fourth quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Why? Why would you do something so foolish? When asked if there's a viable pathway to adding a veteran starter, Berry said it is, quote, "to be determined." Sanders, the 144th pick in the 2025 draft, began his career as the Browns' number 4 quarterback. The Browns held a quarterback competition last summer, but Sanders did not receive any starting reps in practice during training camp. As a starter, Sanders had a 3-4 record, including wins in the final 2 games of the season, but he recorded the 5th lowest QBR among 696 quarterbacks with at least 200 attempts in the quarterback era. Wow. The 5th lowest QBR since 2006. 20 years. There are a lot of bad quarterbacks that have came in the NFL and have left the NFL in the last 20 years. SHEDEUR Sanders amongst the worst. Yikes. Quote, "I think the biggest thing that we want to see from SHEDEUR is just continued growth," Berry said. "I think he grew a lot from start 1 to start 7. I think certainly playing more efficiently, not putting the ball in harm's way as much would be important while maintaining the ability to produce out of structure and generate explosive plays." Quote, "You're not going to see all of that in the upcoming months because we're not on the field. So the biggest thing that he can do is learn the new offense, get in with the coaching staff once our offseason program starts, continue to work on his body physically, and then make strides when we actually get on the grass." Watson is expected to be on the Browns roster in 2026 despite not playing this past season as he rehabbed the Achilles injury he suffered in October 2024. He has played in only 19 games since the Browns traded 3 first-round picks and gave him a fully guaranteed $230 million contract in March 2022. Since joining Cleveland, his 33.1 total QBR would rank last among qualifying passers. $230 million to be a QB2. You have to think Deshaun Watson's the favorite going into camp when camp starts back up again. You're not going to let that contract just sit on the bench. You might come out publicly and say it's an open quarterback race, but at the end of the day, Deshaun Watson's probably most likely going to be QB1. Cleveland owes Watson $46 million in salary next season, and he has an $80.7 million cap hit, the largest in the NFL, but it will likely be reduced via a restructure that gives the Browns more cap space in free agency. Quote, Deshaun's been working really hard. He's been working his tail off, Barry said. And like I said, we're excited to go in mid-April with all of our players across the roster. Dylan Gabriel, a 2025 third-round pick who started 6 games as a rookie, is also under contract. He may be forgotten externally, but he's not forgotten to us, Barry said. Look, Dylan, he's working. He's going to handle everything that's within his control, and we love all of our players and our home roster. Dylan's a guy that has a bright future in this league. It's kind of funny how Dylan Gabriel was ahead of SHEDEUR Sanders on the depth chart. He gets injured, SHEDEUR Sanders takes his job, and now Dylan Gabriel is in the back of everybody's mind as if he can't compete for a job and regain QB2 from SHEDEUR Sanders. Dylan Gabriel is the forgotten red-headed stepchild of the Cleveland Browns. This is Browns priming the pump, no pun intended, on Deshaun Watson starting. Let's take a listen.
Right? Where are we at with the quarterback situation here in Cleveland? You got SHEDEUR Sanders, you got Dylan Gabriel, and of course you got Deshaun Watson that you guys called a big swing and a miss for Cleveland. Where are we at right now in that quarterback room?
Well, you nailed it. So we have those 3 guys on the roster right now, and listen, nobody is getting handed the keys to the car today. So they're going to come in, they're going to compete, they're going to work for it. Obviously Deshaun's coming off a major injury. He's done well and battled back. He's been in the building. He's rehabbing. He's done everything he's supposed to do. It was nice to see him back when we opened up that 21-day window or late in the year, and to see him moving around, throw the ball, and candidly, he looked pretty good. Now, that's 7-on-7. That's kind of on air. Not a few little things here and there, but we have to wait and see. Same thing for SHEDEUR and Dylan. Look, I mean, they had ups and downs as rookie years, and there were some good things to look at and things you can build on. And now with a new head coach and new coordinators and everything else for that matter, let's see how they come in and compete and understand the offense. And I think it's an open competition, and we're excited about it.
Right?
An open competition. We are excited about it. I think, quote, priming the pump is what got Deshaun in trouble in the past. Fair. Candidly, I can't wait for the Russ convos again, talking about Deshaun Watson. Just like Watson, to occupy all the time in preseason only to get injured in the first game and leave us stranded again. Dylan Gabriel is going to win the competition, and Brown Sanders Twitter is going to melt down, as they should. They said it was a big mistake to make people feel better. Cleveland fans are emotional. They need to be comforted. I mean, he's still the best quarterback on the roster. It's hard to argue that. It's hard to look at the Cleveland Browns roster and say Deshaun Watson still is not the best quarterback. He is 100% still the best quarterback on the roster. Honestly, who cares? It's not like we have a ton of options. Let the best quarterback win. I'll never root for anyone to be injured, but if Watson develops an infected hangnail that ends his season, I'm okay with that. If he's clearly the best quarterback, you start him. He's getting paid. Mushy as well. See if you can salvage the investment. Deshaun Watson's coming for that job back. He didn't really lose it. He got injured. He didn't lose it, but he's coming to get that job that many people, the Browns fans, SHEDEUR Sanders fans, Prime fans, think SHEDEUR Sanders is entitled to that job. Deshaun Watson and his $200 million contract might have something to say. Let me know your thoughts down below. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. See you later. Peace!